Man, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're doing this and watching this. I want to welcome you guys to the Recruiting Academy podcast. I am your host, Coach Holman, joined by the beloved Coach Hughes. Man, Coach Hughes, man, we got a huge topic of discussion to talk about. But before we get to that, man, what you got You got any nuggets of the day for us today?
No, I mean, like, I think our last our last meeting, our last session, I sort of got carried away on grades. So obviously, it's the first week of college football. High school football's been going on a week or two now,
Yeah.
and obviously, I'm going to let you segue into more of the high school thing than what I know. But uh, hey, you guys are out playing football right now. I know the girls are in volleyball right now. Keep your grades up. Do what you need to do, and start looking for those opportunities. Remember, you're still going to have to take your SATs and all that other stuff. So there's a lot of work ahead, but the season has started. I have seen some great games, looked at some great athletes around the country so far, and it's starting to look into some basketball now because a lot of AAU and a lot of those camps are starting. Coaches are wanting to do the basketball thing too, you know, later on the evening after football practice. So it's fall time, and here we are. We got the holidays and all the fun stuff, but we have sports back. And I'm so glad that sports is back. We can go to stadiums. We can eat popcorn. I like to eat popcorn while I watch a game. Like I really need extra calories, but hey, I'm an old guy, sort of traditionalist there and sort of have a good time. But that's all I have, Coach. Let's you and I were talking about a good topic, and I'll let you have the forum, as they say.
Yeah, man. This is a hot topic. Probably when they're viewing this, they might have cooled down already. But I just wanted to take the opportunity to just throw my hat in the ring and kind of just share my thoughts on this real school. It's not a fake school. Bishop Sycamore, out in Columbus, Ohio. Just a little bit of background about the school. I know they started, I think, about a year or two ago. And ideally, I know a lot of kids decided to basically reclass. Now we think about obviously the year 2020 and just the effects of COVID-19 and how it had the effect on recruiting. So a lot of these athletes that I know of said, "Hey, I'm going to just reclass and go to Bishop Sycamore, give me opportunities to kind of have another opportunity to go into the recruiting process again." So this is where we are. Fast forward, they have a game with IMG. A couple weeks ago, and everybody's saying, okay, hey, like we don't see any of these kids that they supposedly had. It was allegedly said that they had a bunch of kids that were going to be Division I athletes and all that jazz. And listen, you know, that could be something that they already had. And two, there may be kids that are like on the cusp that, hey, you go to Bishop Sycamore, we know you reclass, we're gonna offer you scholarships, right? So, so one of the biggest things that kind of got me was that, and this is the point that I want to get to. A lot of times these experts and people in that try to come on and say, hey, we can't find such and such in our recruiting database, or this is this or this and that. Like, listen, this is the reason why like recruiting has turned in what it has currently. It's turned into a circus because you got a lot of times. I'm going to tell you this. We'll use a percentage here. Okay. A lot of times there are about 75. I'm going to use this number here. I'm going to say 71% of athletes go get a scholarship without being noticed. Okay. Without being noticed, without like them in any recruiting information or whatever it may be. So don't let this, because I sat back and look at the perspective like, okay, now you're saying just because we don't have them in our recruiting page, whoever the source was, I'm not going to mention them. They're not in our recruiting base, so this has to be a fake school. Like, listen up here. Just because a kid is not in your recruiting base or can't be found doesn't mean the kid does not have offers, right? So I know there's a situation that a lot of times a school will offer a verbal offer to a kid, but it won't be anything solidified until signing day, right? And you can't do anything about that if a kid has been offered a verbal offer, right? So in the situation, for Bishop Sycamore, it could have been a situation where kids had verbal offers, and nothing's official, obviously, until they sign to that. But verbal offers are a thing now, right? Where they get verbal. August 1st passed probably more than a couple weeks ago, but yeah, about a month ago now. August 1st passed by, and then kids got official offer letters, handwritten or basically typed out or whatever they do now in regards to that. But the majority of these offers that these kids receive in any sport are all verbal, right? I'm going to offer you a scholarship, right? I see all the time on Twitter, kids say, hey, just got the phone with coach, da 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 da. Want to say I'm blessed to receive, my first offer, whatever offer from whatever school, right? And a lot of times, one reason why a lot of times recruiting sources even know about it is because the kid has tagged them in it or tagged whoever in it. And then now they're like, okay, all right, it's a thing now. And it's really it's for the media. It's for the media and these recruiting sources to basically get people to read their content information. Like, but there's 71% of the kids, in my opinion, those are my numbers, that go through basically the recruiting process, get a scholarship, and nobody really knows about them. And that's okay. So if you're an athlete saying, and this is what I hear all the time from athletes, oh, I got to go to this exposure camp to get this, I got to have stars. Bro, that stuff does not matter. I'm going to tell you this. It's crazy how this works. A lot of time, Cass, I just looked at my old client. I'm going to mention his first name, Tyler. Tyler had no stars, okay? No stars. Even when he got offers, he had no stars. He committed to the school. Now he's a 2-star athlete. Like, come on, bro. Like, where does that all of a sudden come from? Like, oh, was he not a 2-star athlete before he got the offers? And a lot of times, if you go through these recruiting sources and look, a lot of times the kids that have stars don't even have offers either. So it works obviously both ways. But a lot of times there's so many kids that basically just fly underneath the radar. They get their offers, they get their scholarships, and they go on, and that's pretty much it. You don't hear about them. But there's nothing wrong with that, right? Every kid is not going to be, the kid that's basically getting all this hype and famous like that. Now it's the thing. Now, because athletes understand, or hopefully they understand now, that branding and marketing is a big deal when we talk about name, image, and likeness. It's just something that will hit next week in regards to how this branding and marketing stuff. Because to the instance for the quarterback, the Quinn kid that left early, he was highly touted, highly ranked, highly publicized, highly talked about. So he used that as leverage to get it. So, but I said 71% of athletes are going to go into their sport in the college without even having to be like highly noticed, right? I think at the end of the day, kids don't really care about stars. It's just the fact that they think stars equals offers, but it's really just obviously hitting the academic piece in the classroom and then taking care of business on the field. So, coaches, I'm gonna let you go and chime in on that, man. But it's one of those discussions. I'm tired of hearing that they're a fake school. They're not a fake school. They are a school. They have athletes there doing it. Now, is it? And I'm gonna say this before you, it's non-traditional, right? So anytime you do something that's non-traditional, oh, this ain't gonna work, or this is fake, or this ain't real, right? That's what people say. That's what they say when it's a situation where it's non-traditional, right? When you decide, okay, hey, I don't want to go the traditional route that my parents went. I want to go a different, oh, yeah, that ain't gonna work. That could never work. That could never be this, or this is fake, or whatever. That's what you hear all the time from people that really just say, okay, hey, well, you're not doing the way I did it, or the way that the system says you should do it. Oh, it's fake, right? And I'm getting tired of hearing that from people. It's cool to be a pioneer and do things different from other people, right? So, like I said, once again, these kids wanted to reclassify. School offered them an opportunity. Boom, that was that. Listen, IMG knew what it was when they decided to play them, right? Come on, like IMG's looking. The thing is, like, we're up here clowning Bishop Sycamore, but Bishop Sycamore actually said, okay, hey, let's put IMG on the schedule. While 99% of the schools would even think about putting IMG on the schedule. And to mention this, let me put in this thing one time. They actually played, here looks like they played a school out of Cincinnati called LaSalle, and they beat them 58-7. I think they beat Bishop Sycamore by 58 points as well. So now is LaSalle a fake school? Ask
No,
yourself that, because they got beat by 58 points as well. So I mean, they got 58 points scored on them as well. So are they a fake school too? Because they got beat by IMG they got 58 points scored by IMG. IMG is just an unrealistic program. You got to understand they get the best of the best, right? They're like the Alabama of high school football, right? They go and handpick whoever they want, bring them to the school, offer them obviously an opportunity to get engaged in the college lifestyle early. But listen, whoever they play, if you're at a school, a small school, like if you got kids that have been going through, high school, their freshman year, sophomore, junior, senior, IMG says, okay, hey, we like this kid out here in California. We like this kid here in Florida. We like this kid in New York. We like this kid in Ohio. We like this kid in Texas. Where they get to pick and choose, and they basically create. They're a super team. They are a super. In reality, they are a super team. So I don't care. Don't try to clown Bishop Sycamore because they got 58 points put on them. And I heard a guy say, "Oh, like we gotta be concerned about their health and safety." Well, you should be concerned about their health and safety with every opponent IMG plays, because you got to understand, traditional high schools, IMG is not a traditional school either. They're a fake school. They are, in reality, they are legitimately a fake school. They're not a traditional school, so they're fake too. Okay, they're a fake school too because they don't have traditional ways, right? Kids come in, their junior year, maybe their senior, maybe their sophomore year, they come into the school. Like the kids a lot of times don't even stay there 4 years. There's a select group of kids that stay there 4 years, but typically each kid stays there, I would say on average, probably 1 to 2 years, right? So traditionally speaking, that's a fake school because kids are not there going there from grade school, middle school, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. So IMG's fake too, right? IMG's a fake school. So just to get back to this LaSalle, they put 58 points on LaSalle too. So, but LaSalle is a traditional school where, kids come to grade school together, they go to junior high together, they go freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. So I guess LaSalle is a fake school as well. What is going on? Go ahead, Coach Hughes. That was my rant.
yeah, I was gonna say like ESPN reported that, right?
I ain't gonna disclose who reported and reported what part. Let me ask you that.
I was just gonna say because number one, I have my issues with ESPN, so I don't ever watch it.
Yeah, let's not disclose. Them.
So I'm not quite for sure. But the
Yeah,
one thing I'll say about LaSalle High School, it's a good program, and I'm surprised X and Cleveland St. Ignatius, I think they could play IMG, but those are top quality schools here, and I think because I got my eyes open going to IMG, we were down there July 4th, and place is phenomenal. If you've never been there, you have no clue. I mean, it is just something different. And the athletes that go there, a lot of their parents are athletes. And sort of like St. X here, like down in Cincinnati, their parents are athletes, and you're just a different type of kid. But as far as traditional, non-traditional, anything right now we're doing, especially because of COVID last year, nothing was traditional. Nothing. So to say what's traditional and what's not, now with schools online, so you're trying to tell me that anytime because I finished one of my degrees online, that's not traditional. I didn't go to campus, so the degree doesn't count. So I just don't really understand the whole thing. And before Coach Holman got on his rant, I googled the school, and according to Ohio, it was registered as a private, legitimate Ohio education. Looked at it as a legitimate school, even though it was a private, not funded by the state. It still met Ohio state school curriculum laws. So I don't know the whole deal as much as Coach Holman does. I mean, but I do know that any team that plays IMG, I mean, you just have to understand what it's like down there, and you have to understand the kids down there. We had a recruit. I'm telling you, we had this recruit from Texas. They laser timed him. He was a 4.2540. Phenomenal. I mean, you just have to understand the athletes down in that area. I mean, it's amazing what they do and the training they do, and they do it year round. Like here, we're not allowed to do 7-on-7s year round. They do all that stuff year round down there. So any school up here that gets beat by IMG, I mean, first of all, it takes some guts to even play on to
That's
even
the
get
thing.
down there, man. You know,
I don't understand. Like everybody's talking like, and like certain states have banned IMG from coming to play their schools. Like, so while everybody's joking, like, oh, Sycamore is a fake school, like IMG literally, okay, I've been there, so I can share the story and say, like, IMG a lot of times like has to like sometimes they may offer to pay a school like to come play them. Like now they may not offer like actual money. It may be situations like, hey, we'll come, you come down here and play, or we'll come up there and play. We'll split and this is what all schools do. We'll split the gate money, you know what I'm saying? Because we know we're going to bring in a lot of people, whether typically, especially they come to your school, or like, I'm pretty sure they made a lot of money at the Hall of Fame where they were. But
yeah.
those tickets, so the LaSalle game, from what I saw, was pretty crazy as well. They had a bunch. I'm pretty sure they were sold out. So hey, I'm
Oh,
just like,
yeah.
hey, yo, we're gonna help you. You help us by putting us on the schedule. But a lot of teams don't even put them on the schedule, man. So whatever they're talking about, this fake score, all this crap, I don't want to hear that, man. Like if you have not played IMG, you won't understand. A lot of people see it from the outside looking in, but unless
Yeah.
you play them, like they're a phenomenal. They are a created team. They're created. Like they're put together, they're a super team. Like they are a super team. And I don't care who you play. So in my opinion, LaSalle and whoever gets beat by 58 is a fake school as well.
Yeah, I worked with
No
a guy
and
that,
no disrespect to LaSalle. I admire what they're doing over there. I think they actually went to the state finals last year. Is that
I
correct? Or
think
2 years
so. Oh,
ago?
yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, it's a good school. It's a good school.
It's a
And
good
that's the
school
thing. That's the
program.
thing about it is that, okay, they're a traditional school. They got beat by 58. They had 58 points on them. Bishop Sycamore was a team that was put together as well by some kids that are potentially every class, and they got to be by 58, right? But my point is this: do you say LaSalle's a fake school as well because they got beat? It's just this: the people in these recruiting media sites and all this crap just be adding stuff just to kind of get just to get just to get the organization or their brand like out there, just be saying stuff just to kind of like, oh, whoa, this is a fake school, like drama, right? Creating drama. That's what they did. That's what that guy did and the organization did. They were creating drama so then people can, I guarantee you, like how many site visits they had or people like clicking articles and stuff like that. It was like it started here and then everybody just started creating their own articles and stuff like that. Now we're even talking about this, but I'm in favor of Bishop Sycamore and kind of what they're giving kids an opportunity to do it, to go out and play again. So shouts out, kudos to Bishop Sycamore and what them doing. Listen, it's never easy when you're a pioneer or you're the first person to do it. People always try to come up against you, but I'm with you guys. I'm always rock with the underdog and understand that at the end of the day, when you are a pioneer or the first person to do something, you're always gonna have people black flash. Even me and what I do today, like people still try to come up with like, oh, this is I had a guy in Ohio, I'm not gonna mention his name, say, oh, he is scamming kids. Scamming? What scamming? How am I scamming kids? Like I've been through the recruiting process. Like I'm here as a resource, right? So you're gonna have people come up against you anyway. You just gotta continue to press on and move forward, man.
Yeah, one thing about that is like it's always the dreamers that get made fun of, but they're the ones who later on change the world, you know. I mean, and that's just the way it is. I mean, I work for Holman Athletics for the one simple reason that I can make a difference. And I have a lot of coaching experience that helps other kids, and I'm still learning, and you can believe all the just crazy things people say, but we don't worry about it. We just keep trucking on. Because one thing I will say again, just one more IMG thing. being from Ohio, and I know everyone loves the Buckeyes and they look at all the Ohio State and the state schools. We have great athletes here. Ohio State's always in the running. We're spoiled up here in Ohio with our football. But I'm telling you, like I was down in Texas, I've been down to IMG, I traveled down the south a little bit, and it's just different, just different. The attitudes are different. The people are a little bit different towards football. Texas, especially. I mean, their high school stadiums are just as good as some of the college stadiums up here. I mean, it's unreal. And I don't even think coaches in Texas have to teach. I think all they do is football. I think I could be wrong, but
Yeah, then
um,
case by
you
case,
know,
but majority, yeah, a lot of them do.
yeah. I mean, it's just different how they look at football. So I don't know if this school's taking a bashing because they got beat so bad, or because no one knew who they were. But it takes a lot of guts to to play IMG. It really does, or else you don't know what you're getting into. But because I'm a big fan of LaSalle, Cincinnati football. When I was coaching at Northmont High School, we'd always get into that area where we're playing Cincinnati schools, and they had great athletes. Great athletes. I got a friend down in Middletown. I look at his film every once in a while, and they play for like LaSalle and schools like that. But IMG is just it's a whole it's yeah, it's the Alabama of football, high school football. And if you're on their schedule, you're sort of stuck with them. But for teams to play them, and then as far as like the pay for play type kind of thing, I mean, I remember like being at a max school. It's no different than like Ohio State paying a max school, or Michigan paid us to go up there. I mean, that's not uncommon. So, but it's just parts of football people don't understand. They just flip the TV on and think, well, there it is. But it's not. I mean, it's a business. It's something different of its own. So I don't know what else you got going on, Coach.
Man, man, that was it, man. That's the biggest topic. Next week we'll get into this name, image, and likeness thing, because it's pretty huge. I think we touched on it, but really our topic of the next series would be the business of athletics. And the name, image, and likeness thing fits right into that. But really, man, we got this ebook we dropped. It's really more so an active worksheet, but it comes in an ebook form. We got the online course up and ready to go. So go ahead over right now to www.holmanathleticperformance.com. We'll drop the link, below in the in this feed here. Make sure you like and subscribe us on YouTube. We got camps coming up. We're going back to IMG. In December. So head over to the website once again, www.holmanathleticperformance.com. Get some free content. The video is free. You get a free 30-day trial, and then also the links there for as well as for the football camp, lineman camp at IMG, man. But other than that, man, that's pretty much it. Just kind of got the thing, getting these things churned out. Obviously, football is here, and volleyball is here. Fall ball is here for baseball. I know some soccer teams are rocking and rolling as well. So it's and like you said, it's good to see. It's good to get people out of the house and so that. But make sure you guys are being safe as much as you can when you're out and about and stuff like that. So, man, that's pretty much it, man. You got anything else, Doc?
No, no. Hopefully, we can get now is a camp. It's a lineman camp, correct?
Yeah, it's a lineman camp. Man. We got some surprises coming up for the skill guys and stuff like that. But yeah, those guys get all type of other stuff. Make sure you guys go over to the website. Check your emails, check your spam. You might have got something from us already. That information link that we're sending out, we were asking about, basketball and soccer. So we're gonna get into dabble into those sports, help those athletes as well. With camps in general, but we're helping all sports, helping everybody, no matter where they come from or what they look like, or ugly and pretty, big and small, So, we're here to help all, and it's just everybody at the end of the day. But yeah, that camp is going to be a lineman camp at IMG. We may have a little surprise there in regards to how we decide to mix that, but we'll see, man. Right now, we're focused on the linemen and gonna rock with that.
All right, buddy.
Well, man, listen, we appreciate you guys. Listen, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share this with a family, a friend, teammate, classmate, whoever it may be. Make sure you guys leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what information you would like to see in the future. Let us know if you like this. Let us know if you didn't like this. Tell us why you didn't like it, right? Hey, listen, we're not going to come and say, okay, thanks a lot, you whatever. Like, we accept feedback and are open to it. Listen, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And we'll see you guys next week. God bless.
God bless.
Peace.
Have a good week. Yep.